Hey, what's up, friends? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Uh, this episode, I would like to start with a trivia question. Out of all the problems that exist in the car world, this particular problem no BMW car will ever experience. Do you know what it is? And while you're thinking, let me show it to you. And you guessed it right. It is a total collapse of the turn signal switch. Alright, let me find my brains, my tools, bring the car in the garage, and let's see what we can come up with. This is a very simple process, unless of course you have stripped bolts. Remove your steering wheels, with the Phillips screwdriver remove plastic covers behind it, then unbolt your nut on a hub, grab your latest pulley removisation 7000 device and pull the hub off your steering shaft. Underneath the shaft you'll find a little screw that holds the entire assembly together. Once you loosen that, you'd be able to take it off your shaft. 4 bolts on a faceplate hold your switches on the bracket. Once removed, you will gain access to behind the scenes of your switch, and that's where I learned that mine is absolutely beyond repairs. So get your internet thing going and find yourself a switch. Black on black lettering on my old switch demanded for me to start looking for Lucas 163 SA switch, and I was able to source me one in United States in used condition from RW Auto Classics for $30. And while we are here, if you're looking for a wiper blade switch, the number for it is 190 SA. Here is where I have to throw a disclaimer. Remember, in the British car world, no parts were created equal. So, first thing I noticed that the brackets are different. Mine has a switch for the headlights and a mounting point for the plastic cover. First thing we're gonna do, swap the switch to an original bracket. Another thing, that connections on the switch are soldered in. So in order for you to swap it, you're gonna have to cut and splice with original wiring. And the final warning, besides the fact that you may receive your switch wired in a mirror image position, amount of wires may not match, or colors as well, but the biggest one is that my original switch mounting bracket is way larger than the new one, so I'm going to have to bore it out in order for me to fit it on the steering shaft. All right, let's do it. I decided to utilize the power of my heat gun to make the bracket a little more flexible, maybe stretch it out before I start boring, and every step of the way fit test to see if it fits the steering shaft. To cut the bracket, I'm gonna use my tile cutter because it has some blades on the side to give it a nice smooth finish. So after everything spliced in, extra wires cut off and capped, and the switch sits well on your shaft, do yourself a favor, run a checkpoint test just to make sure that the turn signals work in the directions you want them to work. And I might do just that before I put everything back. Ignition, yep. High beam, yep. Turn signal, yep. The other one, yep. What about lights? All is good. Ready to put back. But before I let you go, I want to throw in a couple of more sentences. Pay attention to little sticking out things that's on your hub when you're putting it back on your shaft. They should go into the grooves that are on the switch. This acts like an automatic turn signal shut-off system. All right, so don't break it. Nice and easy, and tighten everything up. You're good to go. All right, this is how my final product turned out. It is a little bit on the shorter side than the original one. Like, for example, you can see the Viper switch is sticking out. Other than that, it does the job, works well. Can't complain. Thank you for stopping by, and enjoy the rest of your day.